Hi, welcome back. I have an earbud in, but hopefully that won't present a problem. I am just checking in. It's been a very slow morning, a very sleepy morning, and a kind of a very chilly morning. Number one is I still pulled out the same sweatshirt that I wore yesterday, but I also pulled out what I call my winter slippers. I like open-toed shoes around the house, but there's a definite chill coming from somewhere. And so now my feet are extra toasty. And in actuality, my entire body is toasty because I'm just hanging around in bed. But let's talk about where I am today. Today, I am halfway through with Unmarried by Emily Shiner. It is the second book in the Perfect Couple series. I have a very strong feeling that this is a duology. I don't think this is going to be a long-running series. So this is part 2 of this series. And the first book I'll throw up on the screen is Uninvited. I didn't have Unmarried or Uninvited in my queue, but when I saw Unmarried on NetGalley as an audiobook, then I went and downloaded it, went to my library or whatever means that I found Uninvited, and now I am, like I said, halfway through. I don't know that I'm going to do a lot more today because yesterday I caught up on all my reviews. So for example, when I'm finished with Unmarried, I just have to work on the review for Unmarried. So I'm really happy about that. And it comes at a good time because, like I said, it's a slow day, and I think it's going to continue to be a slow day. I don't have much to do in the kitchen today, just making pot of rice because we have leftover chicken. So some rice and some more vegetables, and that's all I have to do in there. So I will check in with you later, maybe after I finish Unmarried. I will say it's a psychological thriller. You might be able to tell by looking at the cover. And if you read Uninvited first, which I highly suggest, then you'll get where Unmarried is headed. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you with my next clip. Okay, I was debating, sorry to say this, but I was debating whether or not to just put something in my community tab saying that there would not be a vlog for tomorrow morning's post. Why have I been waffling with that idea? Well, I did finish Unmarried by Emily Schreiner. It's an audiobook that was narrated by Madeline Pell, Stephanie Cannon, and Patricia Rodriguez. Very good book, followed Uninvited, which makes this a duology of the Perfect Couples duology. My reason for thinking of skipping a vlog has to do with my internal stuff that I go through and the fatigue. I just can't beat it, but I kind of know what it is. It's this experiment my new pulmonologist has me on. No CPAP, no oxygen when I sleep. So in the message portal, basically, is I go back on the CPAP for now and see if that helps my fatigue. So I wasn't going to read anymore because I still have just a small handful of shows on my TBR that I was going to go ahead and watch. But then I'm thinking, it's almost time for the fall finale. I can catch up on those TV shows anytime. But the 2 shows, maybe even 3, that I will probably watch in the next 24 to 48 hours are Survivor, The Amazing Race, and The Challenge. I say maybe, and I give myself 48 hours because I decided to go ahead and put Bitter Honey by Lola Akinmade Akastrom in my queue for my next book. I am auto-approved with William Morrow, so I could have gotten this book at any time, but it just wasn't on my radar. And then every month, I'm part of the Libro FM program, and every month they have between 60 and 70 titles available at your leisure. And with all of these titles, you get to choose 10 every single month. So Bitter Honey came in this queue. So before we talk about Bitter Honey, we're going to back up just a tad to talk about Unmarried. Okay? Unmarried is the second book in a duology, if I haven't already said it, and I think I may have, because I'm doing things a little bit out of order. But we have, this book is by Emily Shiner. It wasn't for a blog tour, it wasn't a request, it was just, I saw it came up on NetGalley as an ALC. I am auto approved with Bookouture, so I grabbed it. And then I saw that it is indeed part 2 of a duology. I got part 1, which is Uninvited, on, via Kindle Unlimited, but they had it as an audiobook as well, with a 3-month, if you're not subscribed to Audible, a 3-month introductory subscription to Audible for 99 cents. So basically I got the ARC for 99 cents. I have been part of Audible for close to 15 years. It's only this year, 2025, that I finally let my subscription go. And now I'm on a trial subscription, and who knows, I might renew it again. I don't know. I just love audiobooks. So I listened to Uninvited first. And let me tell you, Uninvited, and as it turns out, Unmarried, they are high octane psychological thrillers. And I don't know, I haven't read any other reviews, I haven't composed my review, but my 2 words I'll use to describe Uninvited and Unmarried, and I will use those words: pure evil. No idea what anybody else has to say or think about either book. But yesterday I listened to Uninvited. Today I listened to Unmarried. And it's revenge, it's evil, it's jealousy, it's all the things that make a good psychological thriller. And so it was a good read. It did take me all day. Everything's taking me all day these days because of health issues. But I did enjoy it, got through it, glad I did. Why am I happy now that I decided to go ahead and read Bitter Honey? Well, the author is a Nigerian author. Her name is Lola Akinmade Akostrom. I have never read anything by her before. I was recommended by Didi on a live stream, one of the NetGalley live streams, that In Every Mirror She is Black. So that is a book by Lola Akinmade Akostrom. I want to read more Black representation in books. I want to read more POC, multicultural, BIPOC, whatever terminology fits that particular title or genre. But I do not read heavy romance, dark romance. I don't read fantasy. I don't read romantasy. I just don't read those genres. There are so many genres out there, so you can't come at me for choosing not to read. Like horror. Like I could never read horror. That's okay, because that's, it's my choice. Bitter Honey is a 13-hour book. This 13-hour book is 448 pages if you're reading it as an ebook or you're getting it as a print book. And just a brief, I won't read the whole blurb, but it says, spanning 4 decades in 3 continents, Bitter Honey is a story about a mother and daughter divided by long-buried secrets, struggling to understand each other as they forge their own paths. And then it says, from the international best-selling author of In Every Mirror She's Black. So it starts off where I just started, 2006, and our character or protagonist's name is Tina. And she is looking in the mirror. She's not very happy with life. She's thinking about the father she never knew. He left her and her brother. It says Tobias, but I'm thinking it's Tobias in English, because remember, it's a multicultural. So I don't know anything further than that. And I'm glad I don't, because I was able to come in here in a little bit more relaxed frame of mind, where now I can just sit down and listen to this book. So I will do an hour at a time, make my little notes, do another hour, make my notes. So since I do have this as Kindle, and I have it as the audiobook, I will probably just sit here in this recliner and just do some immersion reading. Oh, can I mention one other thing? Someone created, I think it's Allie, a NetGalley percentage spreadsheet. If you read this many, it will take you this long to get to this many percent. So the goal is 80% feedback ratio. My feedback ratio is currently 66%. My soft goal for something that I know I can achieve is 70%. But you've got to do that incrementally. So if I do the math, I am literally right on the cusp of going up to 67%. So no doubt by the end of November, early December, I will have increased my percentage by 1. And that's great because I started off 2025 at 59%. I started, no, not 59. I started 2025 at 60%. 60, so forgive me. I'm off a percentage. So I have gone from 60 to 66, and the math is you take the amount of arcs and you divide that by you take the amount of feedback divided by the amount of arcs, and you get an estimate of a number. And I am literally 0.658. So that puts me right there at almost 67%. But now I am reading Janet Ivanovich's The King's Ransom because I'm watching TV, and I needed something a little bit light, whereas Bitter Honey is not basically a light book. But with this particular book, everybody knows Janet Ivanovich for being the author of the Stephanie Plum series. It's close to 40 books. I made it to book 16, and that is in my TBR for 2026 whenever I do that series review video. The series TBR video. But in this particular book, it's book number 2 in the Gabriella Rose series. She is an insurance investigator, and she takes a job on by her ex's cousin. Her ex is Raphael. His cousin's name is Harley, and she just did a big job, secured $13 million in missing jewels, and now she's back home. She gets back to her condo, and her ex and his cousin have been hiding out there for the past 10 days. They tell her what kind of trouble the cousin Harley is in, and basically as a recovery agent or as an insurance investigator, she takes on the job to try to help them to settle a situation where he could, if he hasn't already lost everything, speaking of Harley, if he hasn't already lost everything, he will lose everything if she doesn't find the items that were stolen. And they were stolen because he took a job as a bank president and he was insuring antiquities. And in a short period of time, several of these antiquities were stolen, and now she's going to try to recover them. So that's what I'm reading. I'm only on page 26, but I like it because it's action. It's jumping on a plane and doing this and hiding out from that person, and it's good so far. I enjoyed the first one. The first one was called The Recovery Agent, and that came out in 2022. So it's been 3 years since she's written a book on this. So I'm doing that, but as I'm reading, I was getting a little drowsy, and I'm like, why am I getting drowsy? And I looked at the clock, and it's 1:45 in the morning. The day's over. Go to sleep, Robin. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut this all down. I had Ataya on the TV, on the iPad, the ebook on the right side using let's see if I can get it off. I don't know why it's hard. Using my remote page clicker. I left the other part of it in the room, and reading this. And now that I am going to actually go to bed, I will pick up tomorrow with the 2 books, and then I'll come back and chat with you then. Thanks for watching.